What screams, "I will never emotionally grow as a person"? Refusing to accept fault for your mistakes. This is probably the biggest sign someone will never emotionally grow. If you can't take responsibility for your own actions, how the hell are you supposed to change or improve anything about yourself? People who refuse to accept fault live in this weird fantasy where they're always the victim. And nothing is ever their fault. It's always their boss, their ex, their fake friends, or the universe conspiring against them. Even when they're clearly in the wrong, they'll twist the situation so they look like the innocent one. Or worse, they'll just double down and make you feel bad for pointing it out. They treat accountability like it's a personal attack rather than a necessary part of being a functioning adult. Everyone makes mistakes. That's not the issue. The problem is when you can't admit it and instead make it everyone else's problem. It's childish and honestly just exhausting to deal with. You can't grow if your ego is too fragile to handle being wrong once in a while. Taking responsibility doesn't make you weak, it means you're mature enough to learn from it. If you can't do that, you're stuck. Close-mindedness, refusal to take accountability, and arrogance. If someone has all three: close-mindedness, zero accountability, and arrogance, that's a walking red flag. First, close-minded people don't want to learn or grow. They already know everything in their minds, so they just shut down anything that challenges them. It doesn't matter how reasonable or respectful the conversation is. If it goes against their views, they take it as a personal attack. Then combine that with refusing to take accountability. These people could literally set something on fire and be like, "Well, if you hadn't distracted me, it wouldn't have happened." They always find a way to blame others, and it's infuriating. Accountability is essential for any kind of personal development. Without it, you're just spinning in circles. Now throw in arrogance, and you've got someone who not only refuses to admit fault or consider other viewpoints, but also thinks they're smarter and better than everyone else. It's the ultimate emotional growth killer. There's no room for self-awareness or change when someone thinks they're already perfect. All three of these traits just feed into each other, and the result is someone who stays emotionally stuck forever. People who are unable to apologize or recognize when they are wrong. People who can't apologize are honestly exhausting. Like, being wrong isn't the end of the world. It happens to everyone. But if someone just cannot bring themselves to say, "I'm sorry" or "I messed up," they're showing you that their pride matters more than the relationship or the situation. They'll either gaslight, redirect blame, or act like you're overreacting. Even worse are the fake apologies. "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I didn't mean it like that." They're just saying words to get out of the conversation, not because they actually recognize they did something wrong. It's all ego. People like this will double down on their bad takes and convince themselves they were justified, no matter the outcome. Not being able to admit fault is a guaranteed roadblock to emotional maturity. You can't learn anything if you think you're always right. Growth happens when you acknowledge you were wrong and try to do better. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you self-aware. But some people are just too fragile to handle that, and they stay stuck blaming everyone but themselves. Make sure to subscribe and like for more content.